Hey guys, I've made a new update. This is a pretty cool one. So, to start off this demonstration, I'm going to make a part. And what I'm going to do with this part is pretty simple. I'm just going to move it up. Now, you might be wondering, why isn't the part moving? Well, that's because we haven't actually played the simulation yet. So if we go here to the simulation and hit play, now it falls down. So the way I did this is I just cloned the whole the whole data model into a model. Well, I cloned the clonable parts of it into an array of models, but then I will use it. Well, actually, I don't clone it. I just move it. So the original is unchanged, but then I cloned the holder models and put their children back into the workspace. So that means that whenever we hit stop, it all goes back to how it was, which is pretty cool. So you can play pause and stop. So let me show you pausing. So we're gonna let's anchor this. So the way I handle the anchor, so the way I make it so that things don't move is I anchor everything. But as you can see right here, it says that it's not anchored, and we can modify this and it doesn't do anything. Well, the way I did that is I used attributes to save the real property. Well, I anchor it, but then to save the property that we want, we use an attribute. And this is a really sly way of doing it, because in 2016 there were no such thing as attributes. So we can just play it. We can just say that oh, it's because there's no attributes, when in reality it's because you can't use them because it'll fuck up the game. But if I ever do this for modern Roblox, I'm probably gonna make like a reserved prefix or something like I did with the wrapper. But anyway, we're gonna, to show off the pause, I'm gonna go here and make a motor, and there we go, we got a motor. So now I just move this. Always make sure that if you want to use your joints, joint surfaces, you gotta always do surface only on join. So then we move this over here, and then we just hit play, and there we go, it spins. Look at that. And now, if we go over to test and hit pause, it pauses it. If we hit play, it plays it. Pause, play. You get the idea. So, so far, right now, there's only run mode. You can't actually play test, because to do that, I'm going to need to completely remake the way that GUIs work, because you can't put a surface, you can't put an actual GUI into this, or else it's gonna like take up the whole screen, a screen GUI. So I'm gonna fix that soon. But as you can see, this works fine, and it goes back to how it was whenever you hit stop. So this uses cloning, but for saving, we're gonna actually use serialization. And what serialization is it's basically you just take all of the things that you want to save and put it in a table, and whenever you want to restore it, you just make a new instance, and then just basically, it's basically just really complex, just copying and pasting variable or properties. And it can be really really intensive on the CPU. So we might have to make it like we might have to make it wait a little bit after every serialization, so that it doesn't crash the server. So and to do this, we can also serialize terrain, but that's going to take a lot more than just parts, because parts are pretty much just little basically just a collection of variables, whereas terrain is a bunch of voxel data where every single part of the terrain has to be saved, basically. I mean, kind of, but it's a little bit easier than that, because you get a 4x4x4 cell for every terrain piece that you want to save, and it's a percentage between 1 and 0, whether like how much it fills that space. But yeah, anyway, let's make a little let's make a little car real quick. I want to really test this out. So we're gonna move this up here, move this, make it kind of big, and I'm gonna test this out. I haven't actually tried this yet. Let me make sure it's actually recording. Yes, it is. So take this and rotate it, and I'm gonna add a well, first I'm gonna actually make it big. What the fuck? That actually changed the size of it. I need to make it so that you can actually see how actually big it is, because that's kind of confusing. But anyway, that's way too big. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Stop it. Jesus. Oh my god. Select the... Dude, what the fuck? Hello? Is there an error? No, there is not. I can't grab the handles anymore. What the fuck happened? There we go. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out why it does that. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I'll have to figure out why it's doing that. But let's just make a little car. So we're gonna add a motor and move this to be right here. Let's actually put it right there so that it's easier. And this car might actually end up spinning instead of oh wait, I haven't added duplicating yet. God damn it. I'm gonna have to do that again. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just see what happens if it runs with one wheel. It's moving. It's moving. It's moving. Alright. Yeah, I need to add duplicating. That was really dumb of me to not add that. As you can see, as you can see right there, that little highlight that you saw, that was the actual part that was being selected, and this is these are the cloned parts that are in the simulated workspace. And as you can see, this is still spinning. And I didn't actually know what these do. I'm going to talk about something interesting. So these surface inputs right here, these are actually very important whenever it comes to motors. So as you can see, the top surface, the one that has the motor, is different than all the rest because it actually has different functionality if you hit no input or constant. And let's do, you can't actually see it. Let me move this real quick so that you can see it. We're gonna do sine. So look at this. Sine, what it does is it goes to the end. That's going really slowly. It goes to between the top param and the B param, or not the top, the A param and the B param, and whenever it finally reaches it, as it's doing right now, it will go back, and it'll go back and go back to the A param or the B param, whichever it is, which is pretty cool. That car is poor car. What have I done to that poor thing? I basically just didn't finish him. Poor car, man. Yeah, I need to add duplicating. I also need to soon add the history change service, but that's gonna be done with. I'm gonna make sure that I make that possible to be used with plugins. It's gonna be really hard because I'm gonna have to save everything between waypoints, but yeah, we'll see how that works. But anyway, now the anchor button actually works, and it actually changes it. It depends on the mode of the simulation. But yeah, that's simulation changing for you. It doesn't actually work with terrain yet. It doesn't really affect terrain. So like, if we because terrain is really gonna take a while, because I'm gonna have to save the voxels in order to do that with terrain. So as you can see, if I hit stop, the terrain is still there, whereas with everything else it goes back to how it was. But yeah, I'll figure that out, because I have to set up a chunking system for that, and it has to be it has to be really fucking efficient, or else it's gonna lag like hell. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're looking forward to me adding more studio features, then just leave a comment, because I really like reading the comments, because it gives me motivation to do more of this, and also gives me any ideas if you guys have ideas for me. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and see ya.